Welcome back to the Learning Explorer channel. We're going to take a deeper look at the book Bear Snores On. I'm Safari Sam, and I'm going to take an adventure with you as we read this book. Hey, did you know rereading helps us come up with strategies that will make us better readers? It's true. I want to talk about two kinds of books authors write. One type is called fiction. Can you say fiction? Great! Fiction means that the story is not true. In fictional books, the author can do things that cannot happen in real life. The other type is nonfiction. Can you say nonfiction? Nonfiction means that the story in the book is true. In nonfiction books, the author says only things that are true. I have a job for you as we read this book. I want you to decide if this book is fiction or nonfiction. At the end of the book, I will ask you to think and tell me whether you think it's fiction or nonfiction. Here's the hard part. You have to tell me what in the book gives you the idea that it's fiction or nonfiction. That's called evidence. You can use the words and the pictures to give me your evidence. Oh, I'm excited about this book. Let's go. Bear Snores On by Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman. Bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, in his deep dark lair, through the long cold winter sleeps a great brown bear. Cuddled in a heap with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold wind blows and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat tiptoe, creep-crawls in the cave from the fluff cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark, so he lights wee twigs with a small hot spark. I would like to stop right here to ask a question. Why does the mouse go into the cave? That's right. It says he goes in to get away from the fluff cold snow. Oh, and on page 9, it uses the word dank. Can you say dank? Awesome. And that's an awesome word. Dank means cold and wet. If you're in a cold, wet place, you can use the word dank. You might say, it is dank in the room, which means it's cold and wet. Let's keep reading. The cold pip-pop and the wind doesn't stop, but the bear snores on. Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare pops in. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare. "Long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Mouse sips wee slurps. Hare burps big burps. I would like to talk about prediction. What does prediction mean? Prediction means to guess. We use the words and pictures from the pages we read to guess or predict what might happen next. Let's reread page 14. Mouse sips wee slurps. Hare burps big burps. What do you predict Bear will do next? On the other pages we read, no matter what happens, Bear snores on. So I think Bear will snore on this page. Let's see if we're right. But the bear snores on. Hey, we're right! Great job! I wonder if he'll keep snoring in the rest of the book. Let's go find out. A badger scuttles by, sniffs, snuffs at the air. I smell yummy yums. Perhaps we can share. I've brought honey nuts, Badger says with a grin. Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in. And they nibble and they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch. But the bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night! What a storm!" twitters wren, and everybody clutters in the great bear's den. When I don't understand something I've read, I can use the strategy of rereading and looking at the pictures to help me. There are two words that I'm not sure about. It's mutters and clutters. So I will reread page 21 and look at the picture to try to understand those words. Mole mutters, "What a night! What a storm!" Twitters wren, and everybody clutters in the great bear's den. Now I know Mole is saying, "What a night," because I see the quotation marks. So mutter must be another word for say. Now let's look at the word clutters. The text says, "And everybody clutters in the great bear's den." In the picture, I see the animals are all together. So I think, that clutter means get together. The author could have said, the animals got together in the great bear's den, but he wanted to make it more interesting, so he used that word. Hey, I noticed something about mutters and clutters. Do you know what it is? Yes, that's it. Mutters and clutters rhyme. Oh, you guys are awesome. Let's keep going. They tweet and they titter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare stokes the fire, mouse seasons stew, then a small pepper fleck makes the bear achoo! He blows and he sneezes, and the whole crowd freezes. Here is a fun place to stop. On this page, the bear sneezes. Usually, when something happens, it's caused by something else. My question for you is, what made the bear sneeze? Did you say the pepper? Because if you did, you're right. On the last page, it says, then a small pepper fleck makes the bear. And then on this page, we see what? Yes, the bear sneeze. The pepper made the bear sneeze. Wow! And the bear wakes up. Bear snarls and he snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. You've snuck in my lair and you've all had fun. But me? I was sleeping and I had none. And he whimpers and he moans. He wails and he groans. And the bear blubbers on. Mouse squeaks, don't fret, don't fuss, look, see? We can pop more corn, we can brew more tea. Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight, then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. Here we are at the end of the book. But remember, at the beginning of the book, I asked you to look for clues that would help us decide if this book was fiction, which means it's not true, or nonfiction, which means that it is true. Here's my question. Is this story fiction or nonfiction? If you said fiction, you're right. Now here comes the fun part. I want you to talk to a partner for 30 seconds about what in the story gives you the idea that this story is fiction. Ready? Go! Three, two, one. Come back to me. Remember, the ideas that you give are called evidence. What evidence can you give from the book that tells that this story is fiction? See if you have the same evidence as me. I know that the animals can't talk. Since animals can't talk, this story is fiction. Now, the second thing I know is that these animals would never go near a bear or his cave. That also tells me that this story is not true. This story is fiction. Did you have the same evidence? I bet you did. Hey, I really enjoyed spending time with you reading this book. I hope you come back to enjoy another book soon. Don't forget to check out all the other stories and games that are on the Learning Explorer channel. Until next time, bye!